Hey, shalom, shalom. This is Sanala coming back with another lesson. I want to start off by giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Hashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the elders that rule well. Peace and blessings to you brothers out there preaching the word of sincerity and truth. Just coming back with another lesson. It's my spirit. We watching all of these events pop off and all these things happening through the spirit with the coronavirus and all these global economic moves being made by these world leaders, politicians, and global elite. I know a lot of times what we talk about is how the E Diddy is what we like to call him because he wants to flag our videos. So we refer to him as E Diddy. He conspires to assemble himself against Jacob to remove our name and our heritage from the land, so he can rule the world and his wickedness through his new world order system. But little does he know that the Yahweh Shai has a plan for the heathen or the other nations to rage against him or to conspire against him. And in these end times that are coming, these are the nations that he thought were his allies and those that he knows are his enemies are all going to come against this system. And in culmination of that is going to be his destruction, man. The destruction of everything everything that he knows, and simultaneously you're going to see the rising of the true nation of Yasharala, which are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans spread across the four corners of the earth. You are the true chosen people of the Most High, and you, the elect of those men, are going to be risen up to rule the kingdom to come after Babylon, the great mystery Babylon, which is America, is destroyed. Okay, so I want to start off with just a couple of scriptures. I'm gonna keep this short, Lord willing. We're gonna start with Psalms chapter 2, verse 1. It says, "Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing?" Now, if you keep reading down on this, it's talking about how these other nations are conspiring or raging against the nation of Israel. When you look up that word rage in the blue letter, the word rage is ragash in Hebrew, and that word, it means is to be in tumult or commotion, or to conspire, to plot. You know, a lot of times these things happen out where there's a mass shooting or a military coup over in another nation. Now you have this coronavirus, and Bill Gates is trying to implement this and that, and everyone's spitting out the term conspiracy or conspiracy theory. Well, the heathen are going to conspire, basically get together and plot against Babylon the Great. And there's scriptures to prove that. Okay, so I'm just going to grab a couple of those scriptures just to highlight that point, and then we'll move on. We're going to start off with, of course, Obadiah. Matter of fact, let's start off with Obadiah. This is Obadiah chapter 1. It's only got one chapter, but chapter 1, verse 1. It says, "The vision of Obadiah said Yahweh concerning Edom." So it's talking about the nation of Edom, which is you self-proclaimed white people. "We have heard a rumor from Yahweh, an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small amongst the heathen, thou art greatly despised." So what it's saying here is Edom, the nation of Edom, is going to be looked at as small among the heathen, not small in like stature or anything like that, meaning that basically they're going to be looked down upon. And in these times, you can see that these other nations are looking at the self-proclaimed white man and saying, "Ew, man, he's doing too damn much. He's doing too damn much. His hands has gone into too many enterprises around the world and defiled everything, man. So thou art greatly despised." It says, "The pride of thy heart has deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cleft of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?" And that is the spirit that the self-proclaimed white man has, not only here in America, but all around the world, from the top to the bottom. When you talk to Esau about America, when you talk to Esau about their legacy here, in America and around the world, they talk very pridefully, man. They talk very pridefully. They don't consider all the things that they've done in a judgment for that. They look at it as something that should be basically heralded. You know, the destruction of all these other peoples and all their cultures and the ecosystems and the things that they've done. They look at it as something. Oh, you should be thankful. I mean, if it was for us, you wouldn't have this. If it was for us, you wouldn't have that. You should be grateful, man. So these Edomites are going to be despised by these other nations, man. Okay, and it's all going to culminate into their destruction because they look so haughtily upon the world, man. The Most High is moving these parts into to place to destroy Esau, man. Okay, now these other nations are definitely going to go into captivity, but Esau is going to be the bottom of the bottom for all the things that they have done. Okay, let's jump over to one of my favorites, Ezekiel 28. We can jump down. This is Ezekiel chapter 28, just to start at verse 2 to let you know it's talking about Esau. It says, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a power, I am the Most High, I sit in the seat of the Most High, in the midst of the seas, yet thou art a man and not the Most High, thou shalt, though thou set thy heart as the heart of the Most High. The prince of Tyrus is talking about you damn Edomites, man. Jumping down to verse 7, it says, I'll go to verse 6. It says, Therefore thus said the Lord Yahweh, because thou hast set thine heart as the heart of the Most High, behold, therefore I will bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of the nations, okay? And they shall draw their swords against the beauty of thy wisdom. So, and the beauty of thy wisdom is your military might, man. You're able to build drones and planes, and you're able to spy in different all across the world with your technology. So you've used your technology as a weapon against the planet. Okay, but it says that they're going to draw their swords against that, man. They're going to use all the things that you've built. And they're going to use it against you, man. It says, and they shall defile thy brightness. So the great, glorious America that has never been touched. No one's ever been able to invade America. No one's been able to do anything against Babylon the Great. It's going to be defiled. That brightness is going to be defiled, man. Okay, by strangers, man. These are the nations. They shall bring thee down to the pit, and thou shalt die the deaths of them that are slain in the midst of the seas, man. And ultimately, that's going to be with those thermonuclear missiles. Okay? All that technology that you gave over to these other smaller nations, they're going to use that same technology to destroy you, man. It says, wilt thou yet say before him that slays thee, I am the Most High? Okay? When you see the missiles coming, you're gonna be like, I'm God. No, you're not, man. You're gonna tremble and weep. It says, but thou shalt be a man and know God in the hand of him that slayeth thee. Thou shalt die the deaths of the uncircumcised by the hand of strangers, for I have spoken it, saith the Lord Yahweh, man. So all of this is culminating into a great battle that America's going to lose, man. And we're looking for that time. We're looking for that day, you know. This is Isaiah 19, verse 1. It says, the burden of Egypt, behold, Yahweh rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence. And he heard, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of them. We saw that in the time of Egypt, when we were delivered from Egypt. You know, we had the chariots guide our people. But that's also going to happen here in America, because America is spiritually Egypt. And you read about that in Revelations. Okay, because the ancient Egypt fell through the power and glory of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and that's going to happen here today through the Spirit, but then also physically, man. And then there's going to be chariots that come deliver us. Now you've been seeing not only brothers seeing more chariots, but the whole world has been seeing more chariot sightings, man. That's the angels of the Heavenly Father, man. And soon they're going to visit this place with extreme violence. It's going to be glorious. And it says, I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. And so now you're seeing these Edomites really coming against each other, man. They're coming against each other. Okay? You seeing this people fighting about this and that, and all these different tats. Okay? And that's a beautiful thing because that's prophecy. And they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. So we're going to see all of these other nations start to build up their militaries. They're going to posture against each other. You're seeing Iran posturing against the U.S. Navy. Okay? And soon it's not going to just be talk. There's going to be action taken. There's going to be things that happen. Okay? And it's all been spoken about in the scripture. Okay? And so we're waiting on that time, and we're waiting patiently. Okay? We're waiting patiently on that time. Okay? This is let me jump over to Isaiah. Yes, Isaiah 13. Okay, just to show you how these nations are going to come against Babylon the Great. It says, Isaiah 13:1, it says, the burden of Babylon which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. Okay, lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand that they may go unto the gates of the nobles. I have commanded my sanctified ones, I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger, even them that rejoice in my highness. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. And so when it comes to that third world war, you're going to see all of these nations gathered together for battle. Yahweh of hosts mustereth the host of the battle. They come from a far country. Now that's talking about how they're going to be shooting those missiles, man. From the end of the earth, from the end of heaven, even Yahweh and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. The weapons of the Lord's indignation are going to be the thermonuclear missiles, man. Those warheads. This is going to just pummel the whole land. Okay, and that whole land, that's talking about Babylon and then other parts of the earth, because the whole world is not going to be destroyed. Okay, it says, how ye for the day of Yahweh is at hand, it shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. Okay, and so what you see is that these missiles are going to come from different nations. It said they come from a far country, man. So these other nations, these heathen nations, are going to be shooting missiles from where they are over here to Babylon the Great. Okay? They're going to rage against E Diddy because they're going to conspire to destroy Esau, man. They're going to come together and make a decision that, hey, we need to take this place out, right? Before they take us out. And it's all going to play out to where at the end of the day, the elect of the nation of Israel is going to come out victorious. Okay? Alright, but that's for another lesson. Right now we're talking about how these other nations are going to be set up by the Most High to come against Esau, man. Okay? Let's go over to Joel. Oh, that's a good one. That one you can read the whole thing, actually. As a matter of fact, let me start at Joel. This is Joel chapter 3, verse 1. It says, for behold, in those days and in the time when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem. Okay, which that happened over here. We were taken into captivity over here in America. I will also gather all nations and bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat. Okay. And it says not, and I will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage, Israel, who they have scattered among the nations, which that's prophecy. When you read Deuteronomy 28, I believe that's what 28 and 46. Let's see. Let's see. It talks about how we were going to be scattered among all nations. That didn't happen to nobody else but us, man. Let me see. Where's that at? Let's see. Where's that at? I can't. That wasn't 46. Where is it at? My Bible at? Salakia. Because it was prophesied that we were going to be scattered all over the place, man. And that's why you see it all of these. That's why you're seeing all of these other camps popping up all over the world, man. And it's astounding to people to see that, preaching in different languages and tongues, but speaking the same message, speaking the message of the salvation of the Israelites, man. You know, our salvation, because the Lord, who people even call Jesus, Yahushua, he's coming to redeem our people, man. It's 46 and 64. Okay, and this is Deuteronomy 26:4. It says, "And Yahweh shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth even unto the other, and thou shalt serve other gods which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone." And so you going over to Joel, it says, "And I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and I will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land." Okay, so this is an end time prophecy that we're talking about right here. Okay, and it says, "And they have cast lots for my people," and you can read about that when you go into the history of chattel slavery and the transatlantic slave trade, how they had us on auction blocks. And have given a boy for an harlot and sold a girl for wine that they might drink. And they literally did that. You know, they would sell us for musket guns and wine. It says, "Yeah, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, okay, and all the coast of Palestine? Will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head? Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things." And we've seen that over and over again, man, through multiple captivities. Okay, it says, "The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from the border. Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and return your recompense upon your own head. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah." So you're going to be recompensed for that. It's going to be payback. Okay, "And they shall sell them to the Sabians and to the people far off, for Yahweh has spoken it." So we see here that those people are going to be sold to us. We're going to be having slaves, and then we're going to give them to our taskmasters, man, to do work. "Proclaim ye among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong." Okay, "Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen," man. So the weak are going to say that they're strong. Why? Because they're going to have those weapons of the Lord's indignation with his own missiles, man. Okay, and the Lord's going to put the spirit on them to use those missiles and turn them on to Babylon the Great. Okay, it says, "And gather yourselves together round about thither, cause thy mighty ones to come around, O Yahweh, let the heathen be wakened, and come to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. So there's going to be great destruction that the Most High is going to pour out onto the land. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come get you down, for the press is full, and the fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. The sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. Yahweh also shall roar out of Zion and order his voice from Jerusalem. So we see that that Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to gather these nations, okay, small and great, to battle each other in the valley of Jehoshaphat. Missiles going to be shot from a far country onto Babylon the Great. But at the end, it talks about how Zion, the nation of Israel, is going to be risen out of there. And the heavens and the earth shall shake, but the Yahweh will be the hope of his people, which is the nation of Israel, and the strength of the children of Israel. Okay? So shall ye know that I am Yahweh, your power, dwelling in Zion, my holy mountain. Then shall Jerusalem be holy, and there shall no stranger pass through her anymore. Which we're not gonna go back into captivity. There ain't gonna be no more skirmishes and wars and treaties being made. We're gonna rule with complete dominion. And it shall come to pass in that day that the mountain shall drop down her new wine, and the hills shall flow with milk, and the rivers of Judah shall flow with waters, and the fountain shall come forth of the land of Yahweh, and shall water the valley of Shittim. Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness. Putting that there again, comparing Egypt and Edom. For the violence against the children of Judah, because they have shed innocent blood in their land. And so the ultimate thing that's going to happen is Jacob's going to be risen up, Esau is going to be taken down, man. And so what we're going to see moving forward after all of this stuff was you're going to start seeing all of these other heathen nations start conspiring against America, man. There's going to be more skirmishes to where it's going to culminate to a great war against Babylon the Great, man. That's one great prophecy that it has to happen, along with the RFID microchip. All of these things are going to be happening simultaneously, man. The pestilences, the diseases, the quarantining, the concentration camps, okay, the martial law, race wars, all of these things are going to be culminating one in itself until that great day of destruction. Okay? And that's what we're waiting on, man. That's going to be a glorious thing for the nation of Israel. Okay, that's all I had on that, man. I hope you brothers are blessed. I hope this was edifying. With that, I want to give all glory and honor to Yahweh, by Shem Yahushua, by Shem Kakadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles that rule well. Peace and blessings to you brothers out there speaking His words, sincerely and in truth. Shalom.